if I tried thinking about the same thing, I couldn't like articulate good thoughts about it. Which is, yeah, don't laugh at me. I'm being vulnerable.
Hey, this is a safe space. I appreciate
doesn't feel
you
like a
saying.
safe space.
You've also been taking these gummies recently.
Quit social media is what we just learned.
Sort of. No.
We actually learned the opposite of that.
I think it told you to be as online as possible.
Yeah, we just learned to be as chronically online as possible, and then we justified it with as long as it's on Reddit. Because Reddit's the best social media site.
Yeah, I think so. I think they do it the best. But, yeah, I don't know. What if they're actually like the bad guys?
Reddit being the bad guys?
Yeah. What if their algorithm actually is the worst, but it seems the best? Like, did they trick us?
Well, how?
I don't know.
Like, because they give us subtle suggestions of communities that are similar to the ones we're already in, it keeps us in longer? Because maybe we'll find a new community not knowing that it exists, and then we're engaging it longer?
But also, yeah, I don't know. Like, what if they're just... Because the reason that they're the best is you get to go into your own little group. Generally, you get to hang out with people, and that's apparently more healthy for your brains or something, that agree with you. And then we like the part where it suggests other things every once in a while instead of you just scrolling forever to find new things.
Did we just watch a video that gaslit us into being inside our own social bubbles?
They did a good job. I'm convinced. Damn.
Is that what? Because when you said it that way.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Well,
I need to rethink the Patreon episode because
it's too late. We already released it.
We did, yeah, but redo?
Yeah, we want to reflect on that a little bit, maybe. I don't know. What do you think? Go watch it and then let us know. And then, do you agree with us in that video or this one?
Yeah. Which representation of us is the best one? And then that's weird. Yeah, because it did pretty much say, hey, the internet is bad because you're in your own social bubbles, so you need to get into bigger social bubbles.
Yeah, it was like, stop interacting with people that disagree with you. Go and only interact with people that agree with you, and you can do that on the internet because there's a lot of people on Earth.
Interesting.
Yeah. Whoops.
Well, we haven't learned our lesson because after this is done, the first thing I'm going to do is get on my phone.
Yeah. So, yeah, you wanted to talk about that. Because in the middle of that, I was just talking about how I think it's crazy that cell phones, like a lot of the technology has been put into it just making it quick to access. And I think that's why doom scrolling is so easy, because any moment of not even boredom, but just like not excitement, just any neutral moment, if your brain thinks about it, you'd be like, oh, in 2 seconds, I'm on an app right now. Like, bam, look at that. Oh, now I can scroll forever.
Yeah.
Like, the access to it is crazy. And you wanted to say something about that.
I did, yeah, because something I've been thinking about a lot this last while.
Ever since you reinstalled TikTok?
No. At the beginning of the year, I had made my New Year's resolution to each month do something new, right? To either have a different goal that I want to accomplish that month. And at the very beginning, I was like, what are things I want to do? And one of them has always been kind of meditation and just, what's that all about, right? And over the last couple weeks, I've decided to actually start looking into it a little bit more, and I've started doing it more within the last week and a half.
Okay, so you're basically pro?
I'm a pro, yeah. I think I've got it figured out. It's easy. I don't know why people struggle with it. Just don't.
How do you not master a skill in a week and a half?
If you're bad.
If you've ever failed for over a week,
just don't do it.
Turn us off. You're not worthy. I'm just kidding. Stay.
But part of the reason I've wanted to do that is just to see why is it good, and one of the reasons it's supposed to be good is it connects you back with yourself with mindfulness.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So I've been looking into that a lot, and one of the things I was looking into about that was about how easy it is to access the internet. Right, and why that's bad. Because going back to meditation and mindfulness and why we want to do that, back in the day, right?
Which day? Like how back in the day?
Hunter and gatherers.
Okay, way back.
Way back in the day. You're a hunter and a gatherer. there is no phone or internet or like newspaper you can just get on to spend a whole bunch of time to.
For real?
Yeah. For real.
Damn,
I know.
Can't imagine.
So what do? You're like, well, I'm at my town. I don't really have anything to do. Maybe me and Buddy over here are going to go hunting, right? We're going to go get some food for the village. So you go do the hunting part of the gathering, hunter-gatherers. And you're out for, 4 hours. You got several miles away. You're both sitting there with your bows strung. And
is this turning into like a Brokeback Mountain type of?
Yeah, and then you turns out the string you were pulling was actually the G string, and but you guys see a deer. You both pull back. I shoot. You shoot. Mine misses. Yours hits. Kills the deer.
Murdered.
Right. I feel bad. I'm not as good of a hunter as Buddy is. Whoa.
That was sick.
That's crazy. Good job, Nora. What?
You're so bad with your cats' names. It's so funny.
No,
you're like my mom. She runs through like 12 names before she gets to the right one with like everyone. You'd think by like process of elimination, you'd at least get one of the cats' names right.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
No. I get the 2 girls mixed up and the 2 guys mixed up. But
okay, so I'm better at hunting than you.
Yeah, better at hunting than you.
Okay.
Now, let's take a break right there. Say this exact same thing happened now, right? Okay. We go hunting. That happens. We get the deer all packed up, put in the truck. I can get on the phone immediately afterwards and distract myself from that. And I can go get a dopamine hit and be like, oh, I feel good now because I watched this funny video that made me laugh. Good point.
Mine was like silenced by my legs.
By your
squeezed it in there. Okay, so you're basically saying you just don't ever have to deal with any shortcomings? Or
yeah, I can, like, this made me feel sad, so I'm going to get on the internet and I'm going to look at things that make me feel good, and I'm going to feel good and get that dopamine hit right away. So I don't have to worry about what just happened, and I don't have to confront the fact that I think I am a worse hunter than Buddy. Not a big fan of squeezed.
It just feels so sweet.
So sweet?
Yeah, it tastes like soda.
Weird.
But, I mean, there's 4 grams of sugar, so it's not that much. But
doesn't have that bite of...
it just doesn't taste like water. It tastes like orange soda. But I also don't really drink soda, so I bet if I had a real orange soda right now, it'd probably destroy me.
Yeah. No, that's another thing I have so many things I want to talk about.
Okay, sorry. Well, I'll stop jumping ahead.
You're good. You're helping me out.
Timeline.
Right, so we can get that instant dopamine hit and not confront why we feel bad, where if we go back to the hunter and gatherers, you did that. You just got there. I help you clean up. Now we have to walk another 4 hours to get back to camp, right? We're probably not going to be talking the whole time. There's going to be a couple hours in there where I can just sit there and think like, oh, man, I'm a worse hunter than Buddy. And I can process that in my head, and I can get to, like, peace with it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
We just don't have that anymore at all. And in the video, I said I wanted to talk about something because they were saying in your communities, you all have similar things you can like that are like a team inside that town, inside that community, right?
Yeah.
And you can find a common ground with them because you're in the same area. And I think another part of it is if we were living in a town and I was mad at somebody, I just have more time to think about that anger
build
and be like, well,
what?
Yeah, that could happen. People do that, and murder does exist, but I can work through it and be like, hey, I really don't like that Buddy's like this. He's, in my opinion, one of the worst people, but we're in the same town together, and if I need to interact with him, as long as we're not going about that specific thing, then it doesn't really matter. I don't need to be upset about it.
Maybe? I don't know. I'm trying to think if I agree or not. I feel like that still okay. I think either way, it requires a deliberate attention to like think through an issue or process it or deal with it.
Yeah.
But you're just saying, why would you ever do that when you could go play Subway Surfers?
Yeah, I think not that we were perfect at it back in the day, but I think we had more opportunity to practice it, and we're probably a little bit better at getting along with people that we didn't like, right? It wasn't...
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
As compared to now, if somebody gets me mad or if I get sad, I can just immediately distract myself with something, right? Like, my screen time is probably insane.
Okay.
Probably crazy. I'm on there way too much, just drowning out any sorrows I have. Where was I going with this one? So the meditation, right?
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Just your hat. I can't.
You can't.
Why?
Why is it backwards?
Yeah. There's not any.
I feel like this is the only time you can wear a hat backwards.
Like legally?
No, just like if I'm outside, why would I wear the hat backwards so it doesn't do the hat thing?
So you don't have a sunburn on your neck.
Sunblock.
But why do you need the hat thing?
The brightness. I don't want.
Sunglasses.
The sun. Huh?
Sunglasses.
Doesn't work for me.
Sun goggles.
I need both.
Both.
I need both.
Why don't? You could get a hat that has one on both sides. Isn't that what?
Like the Explorer
Sherlock
hats?
Holmes?
Yeah.
Solved it. Okay.
But yeah, I was wearing it like this because I did want to talk about that too. It's just, I don't understand why people wear their hats backwards. It can only be for fashion, right? Like,
I mean, part of it probably is their style. But what's wrong with that?
I just don't know if I could see somebody walking around doing this.
That I do love that.
And not judge them, you know? Like,
I mean, I think that's fair. You know?
So I figure, we're indoors. Let's see what it's all about. Why do people wear hats backwards?
How does it feel?
Not the best so far. My glasses don't jive with it all the way because my glasses, right where they want to go back to, is where the brim starts to bend.
Does that not happen the other way? How does the brim, or like?
They go back and down, and the hat goes down a little bit. So I don't know.
I think you're doing it wrong.
How am I supposed to do it?
I don't know. Better. Do it better. Take some time on our walk back from our hunt to reconsider how you wear a hat.
Have it way up like that.
There you go. That looks cool.
Wait, hold on. You can do it is that better?
That one.
Oh no,
it was pure style.
This was pure style.
Yeah, because
what was the other one?
I'm telling. I feel like there's a mixture of maybe it sits on people's heads better. Maybe they want some brightness. Maybe maybe their life's too dark.
Remember the life's too dark?
Yeah, but that one doesn't do anything. That one's gonna get you sunburn on one ear.
Nope. Talk real quick.
Talk. Okay,
yeah, I can hear you so much better.
Oh, ooh, there you go. You
it's like
a satellite. You focus your hearing attention in a certain direction, so it funnels all the stuff in. I don't know how satellites work.
Tell me something I don't like.
Like in general, dogs.
Yeah. No, dogs are fine.
Oh, racism.
I don't like racism. I don't want to even hear what you're talking about anymore.
Racism.
Why? I can't hear you.
Oh, there you go. So now you angle it only to what you want to hear while you're on your phone, only in groups that agree with you, and you never process any. Are you okay?
Something's in my eye, guys.
What? I don't know. Like oil or a fleck of dust or like an eyelash? I got you. That's the worst. I hate. Dude, my eyelashes come out a lot. I don't know how I have any left. Like, look, there's one.
There's one right there. Glasses on. How did this happen?
I have so much cat hair on my hand. Oh no.
Are you saying that's what it is?
Maybe.
It won't leave your hand.
Why is it stuck to my hand? I don't have sticky hands, do I? Oh.
Anyway.
Okay.
So thoughtfulness, I think, is a huge problem that we have now, where we don't have to think about anything we're doing, right? We can be like, I wanna do better and fix myself. I'm gonna get on social media, and I'm gonna feel good. Or a part that's just as damning is I have a dream. I want to do this. I want to go through and join this career, whatever it may be, right? You might want to say, hey, I think it's really cool to play cornhole. It's a game that I can get into, and it's a professional game. I'm going to start training a whole lot. I'm going to try out for our local pro team. I'm going to make it big and go on ESPN because I'm good at cornhole.
Okay.
And you can talk about it, and you can actually, this is a weird, like, our brain is stupid, right? I can get a dopamine hit from thinking about doing it, and now I don't need to do it. I've done it in my head.
But doesn't that exist outside of the internet too? So like,
yes, it's just another, like, transitioning a little bit, or not just the internet, right?
Yeah.
But another way that our brain is stupid is we can tell people about what we want, and we can talk about it and be like, yep, I've lived it.
I've reaped the social benefits without any of the hard work.
And I don't need to do it anymore. But it doesn't work in reverse.
What do you mean?
Like
I didn't do that bad thing? Or
hold on. Where was my train of thought at? Because there is a part that works, I guess you could say, is technically the reverse, where yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking about instead is you can say, hey, I did this, but you the reverse of what I was talking about, which was wrong. I'm confusing you all. I'm so sorry. You're lost?
I think I'm going to go jump on my phone. It'll be more comfortable than this.
Oh no. There's no way to you can't do it in reverse, right? Because the reverse is just not saying anything. Mm-hmm. Right? You can't
can't you just gaslight yourself?
You can't do something and say you haven't done it. You have imposter syndrome, right? Where you think I don't deserve to be where I'm at now. But you can't be like, without mental illness, jump out of a plane and be like, no, I never did that.
Well, because you'd probably be dead.
With a parachute, come on now.
Oh. Why would you want to say you never did that?
You can't, right? I don't know why you would want to. I mean, you could lie about it, but you can't like trick yourself without
you can't
some sort
actually trick yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like people can gaslight themselves pretty well. It's not that I didn't do that, but I had really good reasons for doing that. So it's okay. Like people do that all the time.
Yeah, they can convince themselves. But I'm saying like you can't do an accomplishment and convince yourself that you've never done the accomplishment. You can imposter syndrome and be like, oh, I didn't deserve to do the accomplishment, or I only did the accomplishment because I had these people around me. But you can't be like...
You downplay it.
Yeah. Right? You can't do it in reverse. So you can only get the benefit. You can't get like I've never done that, so I need to work harder.
Sure.
Right? Because the opposite is inherently bad, which leads me to the other part, which is we can physically or emotionally, mentally feel grief from situations that haven't happened, but we can't get the same level of satisfaction from thinking about things that are positive that haven't happened.
Dude, my allergies just like hit.
Oh, I don't have allergy pills. You're gonna die. I'm so sorry.
Okay, you keep talking about that. One sec.
Okay. Well, he's gonna go die real quick.
This is a mess.
So something happened inside the house. I don't know what it is, but my eye was dying, and now that it's good, he's dying. But I think it's a really annoying, awful thing that the world, our brain does to us, where you can overthink yourself into depression, into being sad, right? I guess is a better way to put it, where you can say, hey, I really, I think the easiest, most relatable one is a relationship, where you can sit there and say, hey, I like this individual. I like them a lot. We've been talking a lot, right? And all of a sudden they're busy. And you're like, oh, I haven't talked to them in an hour, in 2 hours, in 3 hours. They don't like me anymore. They decide this is stupid. Oh no, what do I do about this? This is all falling apart. And you can start to actually grieve a relationship that isn't even there. Right? You can just be friends with somebody. You can be in the process of starting to date somebody and you're just getting to that romantic feelings. But you can break up with them or feel the effects of an actual breakup in your head at that time. But you can't to the same level be talking to somebody and be like, immediately at least say, oh, now we're in a relationship now, and get the same level of dopamine as you would get from being in a relationship with somebody.
Okay.
The difference, I guess, being a slow burn to build up to that level of dopamine and how comfortable and happy you feel with another person, versus you can immediately destroy it all in your head and actually go through the grieving process that you would go through if you did break up, if you were dating that person you broke up.
Okay.
Which is just I'm trying to tie it all in. I had it in earlier. Now it's gone.
Yeah, I don't know. Where
so
we going
hold
with
on.
this?
We have to figure out where we started. Social media.
Mm-hmm.
What do we go after
that? Instant dopamine hits. No self-reflection.
Being able to reflect
don't
on
deal with
things, and then we can give ourselves the immediate grief. And I think all of those are led to the first one of the social media. The other two, we don't have any time to process.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't ever get the chance to do a slow build up. And that's why I think it's so much easier for us to have the instant grief. And then we can be like, oh, we have that grief. I don't feel good. I'm going to get back on my phone to make myself feel good. And then you get onto your phone and you're on Instagram. You see people that are more attractive than you, that are more successful than you.
No, I don't.
Never?
No.
That yours is the pinnacle?
I'm the top on Instagram, dude.
Yeah?
Just kidding. I only follow people worse than me.
You follow me.
I don't use Instagram. I'll use that one. I'll say that one.
That's good. I mean,
That'll help you feel better.
pretty sure you saw the last messages I sent you.
Don't worry about it.
We talked about it.
Yeah, no, I think my main feeling towards this whole thing is just people should be more deliberate.
Mm-hmm.
With the Patreon stuff we talked about, with choosing a team and hating other people and assuming things about them, or with setting goals and trying to meet those, or evaluating a relationship, all of it, I feel like you just need to be a little bit more deliberate, because we're in a completely different environment than like we're supposed to be, quote unquote.
Yeah.
What's natural.
And you said what I was trying to get to, which is good because I was lost.
Nailed it.
Which is, you can go through all these things where before we could sit with our thoughts and our emotions, we could go through it. Now we can feel that instant grief of a breakup and then just get onto the internet, and we never have the chance to go through it all. Mm-hmm. So we never get to process, why do we feel like we just lost this relationship? Why does this matter so much to us? And we can never do any sort of self-reflection. Instead, it's like, I feel like we just lost a relationship. This is awful. I'm going to get on TikTok and scroll and laugh and feel good. And then, I got a message from that person I was grieving earlier and being sad about. And it's good. You're talking again for the next however long. And then another day happens where they're busy again. They can't be on their phone. And you keep repeating this process of like, I feel like we've just broken up, even though we aren't technically a relationship. And it just keeps going and going and going. You never get the chance to reflect on it, to heal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think like it's not even that you don't get the chance. It's just, why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you ever?
Why would you give yourself the chance?
I think, there's like two types of fun, right? Like,
okay.
Hold on. I can think of this.
Enjoyable fun versus dopamine fun.
So like cornhole.
Okay.
Is fun. You to play a game, win or lose, it's fun immediately. Versus like the better kind of fun, or just the other kind of fun of like working out.
Yeah.
It's not really like fun while you're doing it for most people, but afterwards you get the benefit. Like going on a hike is more, I don't know. You know what I mean? You know
I know, yeah.
Like
I think
the long-term healthier fun, even though in the moment it can be hard and unpleasant even. Same type of thing for processing events in your life or relationships or even shortcomings.
Work
like,
or school or not being as good of a hunter as Buddy.
I missed that freaking deer, so I need to accept that I did and that I'm worse than Buddy. But how can I improve on myself so that maybe one day, it's probably never going to happen, I'll be not worse than Buddy.
I mean, it probably could happen.
It could happen.
Yeah,
it could happen.
It probably will happen.
And other things we tell ourselves.
But you have to be careful, because you say, I'm going to be a better hunter than Buddy. I'm going to do it. And you tell your friends about it on social media. You make a post about it. And now you've just lived it. So you're not going to go practice.
So with
you're going to stay on social media longer.
The writing stuff that me and Anthony have been doing, shout out. One, it is a little bit, you have to be very careful, because I'll be like, one of the hardest part of writing is like, I'll sit down, set my phone down, got my water, I'm good to go.
I think you should explain. They don't know about this.
We are writing. Me and previous kickbacker.
Yeah, Anthony. A couple weeks before he left, he said he wanted to start writing, and we're like, let's do it. Right. We'll hold you accountable. And then it didn't happen, and he left to get his life together a little bit, and he's got his life together a little bit more, and he started writing.
Well, I still want to take credit for this.
And he started writing more, and now Buddy's writing with him, which is why Anthony's writing.
Well, yeah. So specifically, I don't think he started writing anything. And then a couple months ago, at this point, I texted him, kind of asking about the book and stuff. I was like, "Here, I'll make you a deal. You write a chapter for me, and I'll write one for you." And that way because like the pressure of getting a chapter from him, but not having one for him is pretty rough. Yeah. So we're both holding each other accountable, because writing a book is something both of us have kind of wanted to do. So it's interesting. But
2 separate books.
Yeah. We're both writing our own thing, but we're presenting it to each other and getting feedback. And even though like there's not any real consequences, it's just social pressure.
Yeah.
And like I'm sure he doesn't even care if I don't write.
He might.
other than
I think he cares.
just like, well, like as a friend, but like it's not like he's gonna like be hurt or anything if I don't write.
Yeah.
But it feels like a real high stakes thing when I have to message him and be like, hey, can we reschedule? Because I don't really have anything for you.
Right.
I feel bad.
That rescheduling, though, is bad. He might judge you for that. Because he might be like, I want to have peer review on this, and he is never ready, and he's the worst. Why is he so lazy?
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to do it again.
Never again.
No. It only happened once. But sitting down to write, and I like the idea. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm curious that I've heard some people recommend is like when you get home, you just have a spot for your phone. You don't carry it with you. You sound on and you just set it somewhere.
Yeah.
And then you live. And then if you need your phone, you can go get it. Or if someone calls you, you'll hear it and go get it. But it's really tempting when I'm writing and my phone's right here and my screen lights up.
Ooh, to look at immediately.
Yeah. Or, God, what do I write next? Oh, I catch myself going for the phone. So it's really tough, but I've been dealing with that, and it's been good. Good practice.
Good practice to get through it, which is good.
Deliberate about when I use my phone,
which is very, very smart. I think a lot of people should do that a lot more.
Just like, get on your phone, youtube.com/the Kickback podcast, and then put your phone down.
Yeah, and then you don't even that doesn't even count as being on your phone.
You're only on your phone while you're typing, and then
yeah, and then it's gone.
You're off your phone.
If it's in the other room and it's playing through your Alexa speakers, then it doesn't count.
Ooh, can you tell Alexa to just play the podcast?
Yeah,
I bet you can set it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you can just say, "Hey, play this on YouTube," and they would do it. But so the very beginning of this, you had mentioned how easy it is to get onto your phone and scroll.
Yep.
Which is part of the reason why it's so easy to get addicted to your phone and so easy to give into these tendencies of just, I'm going to get on my phone and be a dopamine addict about it. Because it's getting worse and worse, I think, as each year goes on.
Dude, I saw the craziest video online when I was scrolling on my phone to get the dopamine hit. And it's like, I don't know, like a 9-year-old kid or something. And he's like on a tablet or he's on a device playing Minecraft. And then he's also got another device next to it scrolling through TikTok.
Yeah.
And so he'll like scroll, play, see a video he actually wants to watch, scroll, play, scroll.
Yeah.
Dude, kids these days are screwed.
So I'm not even kids. I'm screwed. I'm addicted to my phone. I'm addicted to the internet.
Yeah, but imagine through like your developmental phase having that much access. Like,
that's true.
At least you understand like, oh, maybe I use my phone too much. Maybe I need to go back to the old days where I didn't use it 100% of the day.
Yeah.
You can be saved. These kids are lost.
Yeah, I don't know. Gone forever.
I feel like that's up to the parents though. I feel like that's irresponsible.
It is. Yeah. I mean, okay. So real quick, it's so easy to get addicted to your phone because all of the phone companies are making it so you spend more time on them. Social media is saying, hey, let's get on here right away. Back in the day, you had a flip phone. You wanted to pop up that. You'd have to open it up, go to your internet browser, type in with a 9-digit thing to go to the internet. Really hard. I never did it.
Access the internet on a flip phone?
Yeah.
I
never did it. Yeah. I hardly ever did it. And then it evolved a little bit. You had the phones that would slide up from the side instead, so it'd have a full keyboard. So it's easier to type. Right? And then we got our smartphones where you can just swipe to type things. And now we have the apps for everything. You can just open it up and it immediately brings you to your page that you've already logged into and shows you everything you like. And you can even have things set up to like be on your home screen. So as soon as you unlock your screen by looking at it, you click on it right away. And within literally 2 seconds, you're on Instagram, you're on Twitter, you're on Reddit, you're on YouTube. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Just any little bit of a barrier that like the extreme example of having to like open your phone, unlock it, type in an actual URL, go to that thing. That was a lot.
Yeah.
And now it's just like they've chipped away at like everything.
Yeah.
I don't have to type in a password. Like you said, my phone can look at my face and open for me.
Right. As opposed
on my
to
home screen,
if I want to go read a book, I have to get up, go grab the book, make sure I have good lighting for the book, and then read the book. And it's a lot slower to get to the point where I feel good about it, but it's going to be better for me in the long run. Going to the kids, how are they going to... They're just... Yeah.
Dude, I feel like... controversial take. I think it's a lot like... I feel like it's bad for parents to like give their kids all the junk food and stuff. Like a super obese child is like borderline child abuse. Like
I think it is child abuse, and I think,
and this is, I think, on par with that. Like you're setting them up to have like so many extra challenges that are probably going to stick with them for like their life.
Yeah,
like, the minority of them,
unless they go through a lot of therapy and rehab to get unaddicted to your phone, to get unaddicted to needing that much stimulus at any one time to just feel normal. It's like the I saw a post on the internet, because where I'm at a lot, the other day that said
we're talking about this and we both probably use our phones way too much.
No, I do. I was last night trying to watch anime.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to listen to it in dub. And the reason I want to listen to it in dub is so I could go on my phone if I wanted to. And I was like, hold on.
Whoa.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Like
the dual, like you're the Minecraft TikTok kid.
Like literally last night I was sitting down on that laptop that we're using right now, and I was like, oh, I got a notification on my phone. Well, I can look at my phone really quickly and respond to this message while listening to that in the background. And then, I responded to that. I might as well just quickly open up Instagram and see if I have any new messages there. No, I don't. Okay. Any new posts? Okay, those are the posts. That's done. Oh, wait, let me rewind this real quick. Where was I at? I am full on addicted to my phone.
I think the first step is eliminating the two different forms of entertainment at the same time.
Yes.
I feel like you got to single it down to one, and then maybe start cutting down on even that one.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we made a roadmap for how to, like, you're doing a good step with the meditation, because, bro, I've tried meditating before.
Which
my brain
was so wild today. I know. I haven't meditated yet, so that's why. I
think I'll do that. I think I'll start meditating.
You should. I think
I should.
Mm-hmm. The one I've been doing has been super easy. It's just you sit in one position, in one posture. It doesn't matter what it is. You just keep that posture the whole time. The goal is to close your eyes and not move. And that's it, right?
Which I've never tried that. That does sound easier.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll do that as a warm-up, because the one I tried was like, you're actively like, it's okay. You don't like shame yourself or like flagellate yourself if you mess up, but like you just try to keep your mind clear of like, oh, you start thinking about like that post I saw on Reddit. Oh, no, get back to not always trying to recorrect. But
right now, I think that is harmful, for me at least.
Interesting.
Because I think if I can get to that point, that's cool. It kind of kills time. However, I think it's going from one extreme to another. I have so much stimulus. I'm going to go to no stimulus. And what am I going to do about all the things I've just been stimulated about? Nothing? Wait until I can get back on my phone to re-engage with them? Or do I sit here against the wall at night with my eyes closed, and I have a timer on my watch or on my phone for however long I'm going to be sitting there? I start off with 3 minutes, and then 5, and then 10. Now I'm at 20, where I can just sit there, do my thing. And I think it's healthy for me to just think about whatever is going through my brain and be able to process through it.
Well, I think both is good.
Yeah, but I think if I were to like jump to the other one, I'm just ignoring everything that I haven't been deliberately thinking about for the last 28 years. And I think as soon as I can get through that, I'll be able to be like, oh, okay, I've thought through things. Let's relax. But I feel like it goes from one extreme to the other, for me at least.
I don't know. I think it's more about actively trying to put yourself in the moment. Like you're not thinking about the future, not the past, not how you saw on the internet. You're here in this moment, in this location, just existing.
Very, very fair point, because the one I'm talking about does do a bit of that as well, because you're sitting in one posture, and if you're sitting there for long enough, you're like, okay, my back hurts a little bit. I want to move. Oh, I have an itch on my nose. I want to itch. Right? Oh, I feel like I need to swallow. But you don't do any of that. You just don't move at all. So you get brought into the present, right? Mm-hmm. And you're going to be sitting through everything. And one thing you'll notice is that like breathing becomes a little bit of a break, right? Because you'll be sitting there, eyes closed, you're going through, and your back hurts. And you're like, okay, it hurts. I don't want to focus about it. And you'll breathe in. You're like, oh, that's an action that I can't stop. I'm still moving. And you're breathing. And then it starts to feel good to breathe. And you're like, wow.
Can't stop?
Not for as long as... oh, man. Yeah, not for as long as I've been trying to go.
But I think that's a huge thing with meditation, too, is just focusing on your breath.
Yeah.
Right? Like, kind of crazy that you're just always
breathing,
inflating and deflating. And
yeah. It's such a weird way to explain breath, but you're right.
You're just sucking in life, and then you spit it back out.
Yeah. Bring in the everything and get rid of the carbon.
know.
So
I think you've inspired me.
you should do it. It's just turn everything off and just for a couple minutes do it. I think it's been every time I finish, I feel great afterwards.
Me too.
And then the last time I was doing it, I was like, okay, I wonder if like I can help. Let's say I wanted to think about something specifically, right? And I just want to give myself time to only think about that one thing. So I was sitting down here, I had my eyes closed. I waited about 5 or so minutes, I think. I don't fully know because I wasn't able to look at my watch. And I was like, okay, well, I want to think about this. And then you have your right and your left side of your brain, the one that goes all the logic and the one that does all of the motion and artsy and crafty stuff. Yeah. Probably 100% my brain making it up. But I was like, okay, I want to think about this, and it's something I feel like I need to have more logic for. So I would just put more focus on the right side of my brain.
What?
Yeah. No, it sounds
think that's real.
That sounds weird.
No
right?
way.
Now, okay, maybe this will. Have you ever gotten like really drunk or really high and you kind of move and it feels like everything tickles a little bit?
Everything tickles?
Yeah, like it's like you're like, whoa, that's like a weird sensation. You feel things a little bit differently.
Sure. I don't know if I have ever got the tickles, but
okay, I get the tickles a little bit. Right, it's kind of like your leg fell asleep and things kind of tickle, but not quite as like intense.
Okay.
So I could feel that on just like the right side of my head, kind of buzzing, right? And I was like, that's crazy. And I said, okay, well, can I move it to the left side of the brain, right? It felt like I was high, but my head, like I felt like a tickling like sensation. I was like, this feels cool. And then I noticed when I moved it to the left, and it's 100% in my brain because this is my own perceived like thoughts on it. If I tried thinking about the same thing, I couldn't like articulate good thoughts about it. Which is, yeah, don't laugh at me. I'm being vulnerable.
Hey, this is a safe space. I appreciate
doesn't feel
you
like a
saying
safe space.
You've also been taking these gummies recently. I'm just saying.
Hey, I took one on Friday, but when this was happening, it was like Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay.
So
maybe all those horror stories I've heard about marijuana are true.
What's that?
It just stays in your system forever. Even if you do it one time, you're just screwed.
No.
You start thinking you can move your brain. Like, I want to think with these neurons instead.
No, okay. So what got me there was was somebody saying, hey, let's start with the same meditation practice where we're just feeling our body and everything that goes through. We're going to realize that our brain or our body has so much more stimulus to it than we might realize, right? And it says, now that you've done this and you've felt your body through, how about you try to process an emotion, right? And you're going to see where that emotion is for you. And they said, okay, well, let's start at like breathing, right? You can breathe in certain ways that are just like, well, we'll just do this. Okay. I'm going to breathe.
Okay.
And you tell me what emotion I am experiencing.
I'm going to, like, I try to read your breathing to guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're going to know.
Okay.
Right? So. Any idea?
I don't know. Panic attack? Panic? Anger? Fear?
Like some sort of like anxiety that starts slow and goes up, right?
Okay.
And then we'll do another one.
It's going to blow.
Something like anger, right? Yeah. You can tell through the way you breathe or just other cues where you're holding tension, right?
Yeah.
And then outside of that, you have different ways that men and women are going to hold emotions. And it's why men don't usually have the exact same sort of stimulus to therapy as women might have.
Okay.
Because therapy is more based around your emotional state, which is good, and you need to get there for men as well. But men, for whatever reason, hold that same stress in a physical state as well. So if they're mad, they're going to start tensing somewhere. If they're nervous, they might notice that they have a little bit of like, they're holding on to something inside their chest.
I've actually noticed this the past like 2 weeks. And I don't know if I just haven't noticed it before or if it's like, I actually do need meditation.
Right.
My jaw. I keep clenching my jaw.
Yeah.
And I like feel it. I'm like, stop, relax.
Yeah.
And then like 20, 30 minutes later, I'm like, you're doing it again. Stop. So I don't know what it is. But.
Right. Yeah. So it's like we can breathe and tell our emotions. We can then figure out where we tense for our emotions. So I was trying to figure out that. Right. And the brain one specifically, I know it felt like in like the back of my neck, I was like tensing my neck for some reason.
Okay.
Right. So I was like, okay, I'm going to let go of that tension. And that's when I first felt like a weird wave of like the kind of tickles going through when I could like physically feel it let go. And then I was like, okay, well, that like I feel like I'm not holding on to something. Let's go ahead and try to process emotion. And he says, okay, well, you're gonna figure out where you're holding that tension.
Is this like a video or a recording that's like narrating you through your meditation, or
No, this is something I had seen, and then I was like, I'm gonna try this.
okay, so your brain is replaying the talking of it. Okay.
Or no, more specifically, it's saying, hey, when you do this, you might experience this. If you do, try doing this.
Yeah.
Instead of a breathe in, breathe out type of like instructional video. So I was like,
I follow.
yeah, I was like, okay, so I'm holding tension in the back of my head. So we're gonna start there, and we're gonna release the tension, and just kind of try to release it through my body and see where else it goes, and you have that tension release. And when I was doing that, I felt I could actually feel things like releasing. And then I had the thought of what I said earlier. Can I control where I'm thinking on my brain? Can I try to give that more processing?
I'm laughing at it just because like obviously it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's
obviously.
cool. That's what fuck you.
Well, it is. Come on, it's pretty funny to be like, I'm gonna think with these neurons. But obviously your brain does like more neurons fire in different parts of your brain depending on what you're processing or thinking about or doing or whatever or feeling even. So I mean, it could happen. It just
makes sense. All right, you'll see. He's gonna send me a message in 3 days, and like, Brayden, I get it. I'm so sorry,
bro. I'm going 100% left brain from now on. You can't stop me. No, it just feels like
I
totally
felt
like a
kind
cult
of
thing.
dumb when I was trying to like focus on my left side of my brain. I felt like I was dumb because I tried thinking about the exact same thing right afterwards. Like I'm using my left brain. I started thinking about the same thing I was doing when I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna use my right side of my brain. I'm gonna be more logical, and I couldn't string sentences together.
Wait, which brain did you try to be more logical with?
Right. I don't know if it's right at all. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it's all in your head, right?
Your left brain's supposed to be logical,
and then the right side, the creative.
Yeah.
Right. So I know it's not like fact based. It's all in my head. But
it sounds like something you could pitch and get a bunch of cult followers in because you're the enlightened one that's learned how to target his brain areas.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you could definitely write a book on that and sell it.
Hey, guys. So if you... But,
unlike many of you who will have to do this deliberate practice for years and years under my tutelage, I mastered this skill in a week and a half.
In a week and a half.
I am the chosen one.
Yeah.
You can call me Jesus too.
You can call me Bambino because I've already been called that, and that's baby Jesus.
That is a sign. You know who else was called baby Jesus?
Who?
Jesus.
Baby Jesus? Oh my God.
And he also, he slept in a barn, but like it wasn't a typical bed.
True.
You don't
We're the
sleep in a
same.
typical bed.
We're the same, him and I.
Yep. I'm pretty sure in most of the pictures I've seen of him, he's like a super white guy, which must be true. So
definitely not some dude from Utah who was paid to be the model.
No.
Yeah, definitely wasn't a biker either beforehand.
There's a on the internet where I scroll a lot. There's a funny meme I've seen every once in a while where it's over at grandma's house and she has this hanging up on her mantle and it's a picture of Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars.
That's great.
But he looks kind of like Jesus.
Yeah. That's great.
Worshiping the false god.
That is so funny because I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could be wrong on this one. I just heard it once and never looked into it.
Not our dear leader.
But
never wrong.
Yeah, the individual that is the stereotypical photo of Jesus in the LDS church is just a dude who was a biker from Utah. That they're like, hey, you look a lot like how I envisioned this individual to be. So they took a photo of him and used that.
I mean, even just in like drawings, in like everything I've seen, it's always just long, like brown hair, beard. He has a beard, right?
Yeah.
When's the last time I saw Jesus? Damn. Maybe I'll think about
right here.
Yeah,
I mean, literally here.
Oh, you have a beard too.
Yeah. So I've been doing all that and trying to figure out what I was going through. Trying to how do I put this?
I don't know.
How do I start? Where do I want to go with? I have so many thoughts. I need to activate the right side of my brain.
No, left. Brain, no.
No, the correct side.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was using a little bit of right brain right there.
Yeah.
So I misinterpreted.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
We need to stop using the word right.
So as I was going through all that, and I'm like, man, I'm just on my phone too much. So I've been trying to be on my phone less, and it's not it's not a lot, but I did get the notification this week that I was on my phone for an hour and a half less which is good. It's still less.
Damn.
I know.
Like 0.5%.
Yeah, I don't know if it's maybe like 0.3, and then
Okay.
and I've made moves for like my social media use. I turned on notifications for everything, where before I didn't have notifications on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
I just when I got my
I'm already on there all the time.
well, when I got this new phone, it just didn't have it on by default or something, and I just never turned them on. So
how do you know when to look, though?
Yeah, that's the problem. I was just on it too much.
Damn,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah. So I've turned the notifications on. And my goal for this next week, and I started it yesterday, is to only open up apps when I have a notification for it. Not just like Instagram says, hey, you might like this person. It's oh, you got a message.
Oh, I turn those notifications off all the time.
Yeah.
I hate that. Don't tell me when to look at the app.
Yeah.
That's why I just got the one for Audible, and I'm like, don't try to sell me
Yeah,
books.
I don't like
if I want to
those
buy a
ones.
book, I'll get on there and buy a book.
Right. The only one I've kept on is Duolingo.
Yeah.
So I don't like get distracted throughout the day. I'm like, oh no, I haven't done it yet. Because I don't go to bed until after midnight. In my head, that's the same day. But for Duolingo's bit, it's not the same day.
No.
Or, I'm not going to get on Snapchat unless I have a Snapchat, right, to go look at. I want the actual notification to go on there instead of just going on there on any one.
Are you going to give yourself any scroll time?
Any scroll time?
I don't know. Because using, Reddit as an example.
I was going to say, I haven't. I've been trying to be more deliberate about being on Reddit, but as we found out from our Patreon episode, Reddit is the better one to be on.
It is. Better, but it's still probably not good to be on there for hours and hours.
No, it's good.
So says.
No, I'll still go on Reddit more, but my goal is to not. Right? I think there are things that are still good for you, are still better for you, and Reddit doesn't have, I think, the same bit as social media does for me.
When you say social media,
I can't go if I go on to the stereotypical social medias like Snapchat, Instagram, or I don't know if Snapchat's one of them, but it is for me since I use it a lot. Or like Twitter or anything like that.
I don't know if Snapchat counts unless you're on the one page where you can actually scroll through people posts. Yeah. But I only have ever used it for messaging.
For messaging, right?
3 or 4 people.
Well, that's the problem. I'm so chronically online. I've started looking at some of those ones.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
gotcha.
Somebody's like, there's a person I can
BuzzFeed.
follow. No, not BuzzFeed. I hate those. I hate the things that are very much so I don't know, BuzzFeed-ish.
Baity.
Yeah, but people's stories. I like watching those. Those are fun. I can see what's going on in their life.
With that,
right? But I think there is.
Damn.
Because you can go through, and even if I don't mean to, I could be comparing my life to theirs at that instant. Right?
Okay.
There's a term. I need you to look it up. Actually, I found this out, and I think men are more prone to this.
Compersion.
No. Oh. Okay. You're gonna have to type in some words.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it's Alexa something.
Alexa something.
It's a disorder where you don't notice when you're going through emotions.
Come on, AI.
Come on, get there for us.
Alexithymia is a condition where individuals have difficulty identifying, understanding, and describing their emotions.
Mm.
People with can I get someone to say this?
Alexithymia? I think you said it right. I'm pretty sure you did.
Alexithymia? Okay,
yeah.
We'll just go with that. People with alexithymia may struggle to recognize and express emotions that are socially acceptable.
Now.
That's... Okay. Okay.
So alexithymia, the important part to that is the identifying emotions, which is something I think men are more prone to, simply because we identify emotions through physical stress instead. We'll tense different spots, or we'll start to have body aches and not really know that we're doing that.
Okay.
And I think I've fallen quite victim to that, because you were saying a while ago, you're like, yeah, you just bottle everything up. I'm like, why does he think that? I'm not bottling everything up.
Oh, I was just joking.
I know, but then I was like, okay, well, what if I am bottling things up?
Did I accidentally gaslight you into?
I guess so.
Oh no!
So I was like, okay, well, I don't know. I'm just chilling. I'm being chilling.
Yeah.
Why am I being chilling? Why am I not feeling X, Y, or Z all the time? So I just found like this wasn't something I was looking for. It just kind of like happened in the ether. It was like, hey, here's a term. And I was like, well, that's a term. Okay.
Whoa.
Where you have a hard time identifying that you're feeling an emotion. What really gave it to me, or like kind of made it apparent, was the vacation I just did.
Okay.
Where I realized I think I was incredibly stressed about work. Like really stressed about it.
Surprised me at all.
And I just wasn't feeling the stress until I went on vacation. I was like, wow, I feel so much better right now.
I'm basically just an empath. So
Yeah,
I knew
you
it. Even though I didn't know it, I knew that you were bottling things up.
You just knew it. So I was like, okay, well, what else am I doing that about? So a lot of the like last week and a half have been trying to figure out like how am I feeling about certain things. And it's been a weird like week. I felt more emotional, right? Been crying more. Not really. I haven't cried. I think it'd be cool if I did. Be more like releasing, but it just hasn't happened.
Dude, I've felt that before. Oh man, I bet a good cry sesh right now.
Yeah, would feel so good, right?
But it just doesn't come.
Yeah, it just wasn't go through. So I felt like more emotional, but because I'm trying to actually like feel where they are in my body and try to process it. And I realized I just am really bad at identifying it, and that's why I think going on social media for me is harmful in that way. Because I might see a story on Instagram or Snapchat or whatever and be like, oh, they're having so much fun. I'm just sitting here doing nothing right now. And here immediately, I don't notice that. But I think internally, I'm like, oh, man, what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know? So I remember we were starting at the very beginning. So I want to limit that. And then Reddit, for me, isn't the same.
Okay.
Because I don't have people I can follow that I know that are going and doing things. I just have a post that's like, here's a funny shower thought. Or a lot of the ones I have on my Reddit are like ask Reddit type of thing, you know, where somebody asks a question, am I an asshole? Today I fucked up. And they're just like saying, hey, this experience happened to me. What? You know, I have no stupid questions. Yeah. It's not a look at my life. It's being so X, Y, or Z right now. It's
interesting.
Hey, I'm kind of curious about this. What is it? And then I can read about it and learn about it. And I think that's why Reddit's a little bit better for me compared to like an Instagram or anything else.
Oh, for sure. I still stand by the Instagram and TikTok are like the worst.
Yeah.
For mental health, like ever, because I think a lot of people do what you do, and I don't think I do, but I don't know. Right. But also, I don't really use any apps where I could do that. So maybe I'm just lucky like that. But just even like you said, even if you don't realize it, even if you're aware that it can happen, just putting up other people's top moments, which are the only ones people are posting, on like a pedestal, or why am I not doing something cool right now? I'm just chilling on my phone. Like anything like that is just so bad for you. And then, especially if you care about appearance, which I don't, because I mean,
obvious.
People that go on there and look at the filters, the makeup, all that stuff, and idolize that aspect of it too. Bruh.
Right.
I'm just so lucky. I never got addicted to Instagram. I didn't get raised on Minecraft and TikTok.
Yeah, you didn't get iPad kid stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
But that's cool that you like identify that.
So I'm working towards it now, and getting the new phone I think did hurt it a lot too, because it didn't have any of those notifications. I was opening them more to see if I had a notification.
Yeah. And
then from opening them more, because I'd never used Instagram before, but I was never getting notifications for Instagram, right? And I was talking to my friends on there, so I'd open it, and I'd be like, oh, we're talking. Well, since I'm here, I might as well just scroll.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool. Ooh, look at that.
Right. Ooh. And then all of a sudden I was messaging my friends more on Instagram because I would send them reels I saw. And then they would send me a reel back. Like, that's funny. And it'd be easy to keep scrolling. And I was just spending so much time doing nothing, just being on Instagram all of a sudden, where I had never used it before getting my new phone. And then for Snapchat, I never got a notice, right? So I'd be like, oh, I messaged somebody. I wonder if they responded yet. So I'd open it. Nope, they haven't done it.
That's wild to me.
Did I get a response? Nope, they haven't done it. Nope, they haven't done it. Oh, they responded. Cool. You know, like really bad. So I've turned all the notifications on so I can actually just like, oh, I have one. Now I can go on to Snapchat.
That's crazy.
Now I can go on to Instagram, right? Hopefully that will help out a lot too.
I bet. For sure.
And then, yeah, I think it's been really cool. The meditation, I think, has been awesome to go through and just kind of have that moment of being alone and then just not being surrounded by watching anime and being on Reddit at the same time. Because that's weird.
Oh, dude, the amount of times I'll be like watching It's Always Sunny or something and browsing Reddit both on my phone while sitting at my computer when I should be writing.
Right. Yeah. I knew I was on my phone a lot, and I've made jokes about being chronically online, but I think I'm chronically online.
Yeah. Capital C.
Yeah. Like, I don't even want to look at my YouTube, like, usage per month.
Yeah, I think it's cool that you already identified the problem, and you don't necessarily need to see how bad it was.
Yeah,
because I don't want to. So.
Yeah, because.
But let's get better.
We will get better,
little bit at a time.
Yeah, next month or next.
How long do you
podcast
meditate?
For right now, I'm going to 20.
20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll try.
Now,
you
don't. No. I started at 3.
3?
Yeah.
I was gonna do 5.
Yeah, so I did 3 the first time, and then went to 5, and then I did 5 a couple times. Then I went to 10, and the reason I was going up is because I was like, oh, I was enjoying myself. I didn't want it to be done yet.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was a good time.
I'll try 5. We'll update you.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so
I think we solved it.
I don't know what it is, especially at the very beginning of this, where
well, we demonstrated the problem.
Yeah.
With how chaotic and distracted we were.
Right.
Then we really honed in and identified a lot of problems.
And we got there.
How you're trying to fix it.
And one thing that we didn't say that I want to say really quickly is you can get restricted phones. You can get phones that don't have access to social media apps.
Yeah. You could also...
And I think for those kids that are growing up right now, they should have those phones.
Absolutely.
Because you said earlier it's the responsibility of the parent, and it's almost like abuse to not be doing something like that. When I was younger, I got a phone so I could contact my parents if I needed to.
Yeah.
Because I was walking to and from school, and they're like, hey, here's a phone, has a few numbers on there, and that's it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can do that now. You can get a phone that you're like, hey, I'm going to get this phone. It's a minimalist phone and only does these few things.
Yeah.
Right? You can you can get to the internet and go to YouTube and whatnot, but it's just, yeah.
I think the phone is an amazing tool that is like, I mean, it's insane what a phone can do in 2024.
Oh, yeah.
If you think about, I would say 20 years ago, bro.
If you think of,
I don't know how society worked.
If you think of Vine versus TikTok, way different.
Super different. And
right?
they're the same app.
Same app, same idea, but just the accessibility people have to make quality content for TikTok now is insane.
Yep, the algorithm feeds it better. But yeah, I think, yeah, I'm not a parent, but trust me.
I don't let my cats get on the internet.
Ever? What the hell?
I just don't want them to, like, see what's out there and then get jealous that I'm only letting them be inside.
Dude, could you imagine getting your pets, like, hooked on... They're, like, swiping through TikTok or something?
Right, you start to... Because there are apps for cats, and I assume for dogs as well, where you can get, like, your iPad, and it just has a little bug runner across, and you get the bug, yeah. And then you have, like, YouTube channels that are designed for animals, where they just have, like, a scenery in the background, and they'll have birds flying by or something there, so the cats can watch and be like, oh, my God. Bluey.
That's kind of cool. That's pretty cool if you don't have access to, like, an interesting window,
right,
or something for them. My dogs just stare out the front yard, so they got plenty of stuff.
Bluey. It's a kid's show. Mm-hmm. All the colors in Bluey are purposely made to be inside the same color spectrum that dogs can see.
Interesting. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we're on our way. Getting humans wasn't enough.
Oh, dude. As soon as they figure out how to, like, get money from... I guess they just get money from the owners.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah. No, they're good. They got it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was going to say, I'm not a parent, but I feel like I don't think there's a very good reason for your kid to have a phone that's anything more than just, like, a phone.
Yeah.
Before, like, 16.
Right. I think, for me, I think having a phone and then the ability to get to the internet from the phone is enough, right? You can still, if you want to, restrict certain websites on the internet on there.
What does a 15-year-old need on the internet?
I think it can be very good to be like, I want to hang out with my friends. I don't know how to get back. Right?
As a 15-year-old,
and be able to
going anywhere though. That's why I said 16, because, like, my driver's license would get revoked if I didn't have Google Maps.
Right. I just know I was getting all sorts of lost when I was in, like, 6th grade.
Maybe. Yeah, location stuff's cool too.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. It's a hard one. I know one of my coworkers. He is, like, very strict. Like, he not strict on what they can do, but, like, like he gets alerts on like every single time they access an app or
Oh,
like
wow.
what they're seeing, everything.
Mm.
Like he's hyper vigilant on that, which is cool, I guess, but also just
Hypervigilant
block
is a
them. I
little
don't know.
too much. I don't know.
Yeah, that almost feels like an invasion of privacy almost.
Helicopter-y. But I don't know. I mean, there could be a reason for it, I guess.
I mean,
his side.
I think the idea is you can do whatever you want on your phone. Just know I'm going to see it. So
Right.
God is watching,
God is
and so am I.
and Santa. God, Santa, and your dad. Do you think, really quickly,
Sometimes.
today is Father's Day.
Oh yeah.
Okay. If you're in a relation with somebody and they call you daddy, are they required to celebrate Father's Day for you?
I don't think I would be in a relationship with someone that called me daddy. So
Okay. But
I
for
feel
those
like that's
who are
hella weird.
hella weird. Like, I just feel like if you call someone daddy or you call someone mommy on
Oh,
Father's
fuck.
Day or Mother's Day.
The mommy thing's not weird. Stop taking that from me. I think it was today.
You call mommy nature? Or
Muscle mommies.
oh yeah, muscle mommies, yeah.
I requested one from you.
Yeah. I think it's today I was talking to somebody on one of those social apps and I was calling her mommy.
Look, daddy's weird. Mommy's where it's at.
Mommy's where it's at.
Specifically
kinda-
with muscle in front of it. You know, like muscle mommy.
Muscle
I guess
daddy.
you don't even need the mommy part. Like you just
Muscle.
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 Give me a muscly woman, please.
But mommy's a fun word to say.
It is. Maybe that's it. It's not even like a sexual thing necessarily. Whereas daddy just feels weird because like why?
Yeah, daddy has like mommy is the Barbie movie of the word daddy.
Oh, that's deep. You should sell that T-shirt. You should write a book.
You should
Include that in your cult book.
Ooh, okay. My cult classic.
Mommy is the Barbie movie of the word daddy. Jesus too.
Jesus. Bambino the second. Bambino Jr.
Bambino Junior.
Well, if you guys made it this far through the confusion that I started at the very beginning, you guys are a real one. And I hope you pick up meditation, and I hope you have your eyes peeled for the book I will be releasing soon.
That's summed up right there.
Yeah, I think that's about it. So go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't. But if you got this far, odds are.
I just love it. I love that. Awesome. Get off your phone mentality. Go to our website, sign up on our Patreon, and watch more content on your phone.
Right. Get on our Discord and then join in on the daily Wordle with us. It doesn't take that long, and it's a good thing for your brain. So it's a good type of use of your phone, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We're not the problem.
No. We're not Instagram, but speaking of which, you can follow us on Instagram.
We love you. We are the good. We are the good. Everything else the bad.
Yeah, we're
the exception.
We're parasocial as fuck, and we're good for you.
Unlike everyone else.
Yeah, they're the enemy. All right, see you later, guys.
The filter bubble exists in your real life, not online. Okay, wait. Online filter bubbles have been the...
So it's saying that we need to spend more time on our phones.
I don't think we even... Like, why would we watch the remaining 9 minutes?
Yeah, we've solved it.
I think we've got it.
Yeah, spend more time on your phone to become more culturally diverse.
It's right there. I could go get exposed to new ideologies.
Right now.
And I'm not. Like, you're just reaffirming what I say.
Exactly.
When I could go get challenged.
No.
Thanks. I appreciate that. I'll stay on the podcast then.
Thank you.